and welcome to the Geriatric Millennials. This is Jayme.
And this is Beth.
And we are two youngish / oldish
ladies.
Just coming at you this week with some flags.
Some flags, specifically beige flags.
I know. I remember when I first heard this term, and I was, because you said it to me first, and this was months ago, and I was like, I don't know what that is. Yeah. But now I know.
Yeah. Well, so red flags had a huge resurgence. I think it was last summer where people are always talking, these are my red flags. And it was all over social media and TikTok. I mean, red flags have been there forever, but it was having like a lot of trending videos.
Okay. Well, I was very aware of red flags.
Yes.
But I was not aware of beige flags because I was like, I don't
Do you know what they are now?
That is. Yes.
Okay. Can you explain to people that don't?
I mean, probably.
Okay, let's hear it.
So a beige flag is something that is not like a deal breaker. Yeah. It's not like a red flag.
Yeah.
Where you're like, whoa, like this is something to seriously consider, like not pursuing a relationship with this person. But it is slightly concerning. So it's like slightly concerning. It's not like it doesn't affect anybody else.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt anybody else.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of anything.
Yeah.
But it is it's a flag because if you notice it and you're like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Or that's annoying.
And I will say some of them can be, because it's very dependent on the person. Because sometimes I hear people's beige flags and it's stuff that does not, it's so trivial.
Right.
And then other stuff, it's a little bit
other times you're like,
than
I
others.
feel like that should be
red. It's pink flag. But so we are going to share some of our favorite beige flags. And I kind of went with like all relationships, not just like dating relationships, but also friendships.
And are these your personal?
These are my personal
beige
things.
flags. Okay.
Yes.
Great. Because I thought the same thing.
Yes.
And then I also included my husband's about me.
Oh, I love that.
There we go.
That's amazing. I should include mine about my cats to me.
Oh, please do.
She doesn't give us enough treats.
Maybe you'll think of one. I don't think that would be the case.
No,
I'm pretty sure your cats are very spoiled.
They're husky. It's fine. Anyway. All right. Give me one of yours.
I'm looking at my list and I'm like, okay, here is a beige flag.
Okay.
So, and I guess I did this specifically about my husband.
Okay.
So I'm sorry,
It's
Tony.
fine.
Tony, if you're listening,
It's good.
It is, I guess, what it is. Okay. He will open every drawer looking for something that has been stored in the same place.
Yeah.
Ever since the beginning of time that we have been in the space. So, for example, he will be looking for a spoon.
Okay.
And he will open the drawer that has the cups, the drawer that has the pots, the drawer that has the towels, the drawer that has, every other drawer. And I'm like, they are still in the same drawer. They're still in the same drawer. They're still there. But he just, I cannot even tell you how many times he does this. Like, it's just what he does.
Yeah.
It's just what he does. He just doesn't think, I think.
Okay.
He just opens all the drawers and I'm like, just open the drawer that you know, if you take a minute to think, but apparently he doesn't. I don't know. He does this thing where he opens all the drawers.
Okay. That's beige.
Looking for something that like everything has a place in my kitchen.
Yes. Jamie's very organized.
Like I know where it is. And I feel like he should know that too.
I think after 20 years, yeah.
We haven't been in the same kitchen for 20 years.
But I don't know about you, but like every house you've been in, you don't migrate them around. Like you're not like, this week it's going to be in this drawer.
Think that is not how I live my life. I think it through in the beginning or at some point, I think through like what makes that, like where do I want things to be? And then generally I leave them there, especially in the kitchen.
Especially in the kitchen, yes.
So, okay.
Okay. So I have a really, really, really hard time with low tippers. And so like for me, if you're tipping 15%, which a lot of people think that's fair, especially like we are in a smaller community and, whatever, I'm like, oof, that's low. Like 20 is my baseline. And a lot of times I tip over 20% because it's just like, So if like you're a low tipper or like, I don't think I've ever been around a friend or on a date or something with a no tipper. But low tippers,
that would be a red flag.
That's
probably.
a red flag, 100%. But low
what
tippers
if the
kind of get me.
service is terrible?
I don't care.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of the
times. You
don't
do a reflection of that in your tippage?
If it's really bad service, I would probably tip like maybe 18% or 20%.
What?
Yeah.
Bad service? You're going to tip 20%? I'm going to beige flag. I'm going to be your beige flag because I will tip 20. But
I know. But
Maybe
sometimes it's like, I just like, I'll give them a pass or justify. And it's just like, maybe they're having a hard day. I mean, if they did something egregious, honestly, I haven't had service that bad, typically.
But I feel like 20%, I thought 20% is like normal.
It is, but not everybody does 20%. A lot of people do less than that.
Okay.
And that's a beige flag.
I know, but you were just saying that like, if it was bad service, you would still give 20.
Yeah, typically.
Okay.
Well, and it doesn't happen that often. And a lot of times I just am like, let's just go.
Yeah.
Well, and I have to say, like, there is like kind of a, I don't want to bring it back to race, but there is like historically people will like look at Black people like they don't tip. So it's always not that you should tip extra because you're Black. That's stupid. Like that's not our responsibility to like make up for some like stereotype. But I also, I do. Yeah. I don't want to be like considered a bad tipper.
Yeah.
So anyway,
that's really great.
Interesting.
Well, and I used to work as a server in restaurants, like lots of different seasons of my life. And the average was not 20% back in those days.
Yeah.
But the cost of living was not
way
the same
cheaper.
either.
Way cheaper. All right, hit me up, girl.
Okay, here's one. Another thing about I shouldn't say it specifically about my husband. I feel kind of bad doing this. Okay, he does not set a timer when he's cooking things. Like things that need to be cooked for a specific amount of time. For example, pasta. Mm-hmm. That is a beige flag to me because I'm like, how? And it causes a little anxiety. I have to leave the kitchen. I'm like, how do you know? How are you going to know when it's done? It says like 11 minutes. Mm-hmm. You need to set that timer so that it's done perfectly. Otherwise, it's going to be overcooked. Mm-hmm. Like, what are you doing?
And it real easily overcooked too.
I know. Yeah. I'm like, can you please just set the timer? Mm-hmm. You have multiple options. Mm-hmm. You have your phone. You have your Apple Watch. You have the timer on the oven right in front of you. Like, what's the holdup? Why? Why would you not? But no, he just won't do it. That's a beige flag.
It's a beige flag. Yeah. I love that because it's a true beige flag. It is, you know what I mean? It's like very like, that doesn't really matter, but it does. Okay. This is actually, this is a beige flag, but a red flag for me.
Oh.
Spitters. I cannot handle it when I'm walking with someone and they spit. It is, I mean, if you're having a medical issue or something, I will give you a baby pass, but not much. But if we're just, I can't even tell you the number of times I've been walking with somebody or walking with a dude, we're taking a little stroll, and all of a sudden they do the
no. And
I'm like,
I don't like that.
What? Like, and especially if they spit across me, like as we're walking.
Oh my.
Yeah.
You could accidentally walk into that.
Yeah. Or they do the thing where they gleek, where they like spit the little thing through their teeth.
Yeah,
I'm just like, if you, like, it is an instant, like, beige flag ick if I am by someone and they spit. Like, I think less of them, which is not right, but I do.
Okay, here's another one. Mixing all the food together on your plate. Every time.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I get that. There are some things that really they're meant to be together.
Yeah.
But I mean, just pretty much every meal
just
mixes it all together.
No.
And I have a cringing look on my face because I'm just like, why are you doing that? Mixing it all together.
Yeah.
Beige flag.
I think that's a beige flag. Yeah. On Sister Wives, on the Christmas episode this last year, they were showing the family always does crepes, and they were showing that Cody, the dad, he'll make like a savory crepe, but then he'll just put everything in it. So it was like savory options, and he's just parts like the cream in it and raspberries and all the stuff, and it's just like it has like salsa, like all of the stuff,
savory and the sweet,
and just is eating it. And it was just like
weird.
I can't do
very
that.
Weird.
Yeah. Okay, this is a very niche beige flag, but I don't like it when I'm meeting somebody, coffee, whatever, and instead of going into the establishment and like getting a table or like whatever, they'll wait in the car until I get there.
Oh.
And
You're
I'm
just like, what are you doing?
I'm like, go get the table. Like, go. I mean, I feel like it's gotten better over there, especially as a lot of people that I hung out that were younger have gotten older. But it's amazing how many people just will wait in their car for you. Yeah. And I'm like, I will not wait for you in my car. Like, I will be in the restaurant getting us a good seat where I'm going to now get to pick where I want to sit. Yeah. And not be sit. And if, like, let's say we were going out to dinner and like you were running late, I would go get a seat, get the waters on the table, and then maybe even order an appetizer.
I'm with you.
I'm not.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, this one, please don't be offended. Anyone listening, possibly even you, Beth. Okay, this is a beige flag for me. Not brushing your teeth first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Now, that is the first thing I do when I get up. After I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth.
Yeah.
And I'm married to somebody who doesn't do that, who like goes straight to like coffee. And I'm like, that is not a good combo. It's just not a good combo. I know a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that.
They'll wait out till after breakfast because they want to walk out of the house with a clean mouth. But I'm like, just brush again then.
I do it both. I mean, I can't, it's, but yeah. I mean, now that I'm saying that, I'm pretty sure my kids don't.
Don't brush before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think they brush after.
Okay.
I don't even know if they all do that. I mean, I told them to.
Okay.
There's only so many things I can control.
Right. At least they're brushing.
Other people.
At least they're brushing. Because
That's
some
what I'm
people
saying. I
don't
think
brush.
maybe they don't. I don't know. They do at night for sure.
Yeah.
But hopefully in the
some
morning.
people don't brush.
Actually,
but
my
once a
boys,
day.
I know they do ones with braces for sure. Yeah. But I'm going to need to revisit that with one of my children.
Okay. I'm really realizing a lot of my my beige flags have to do with like car centric because I cannot stand it when I'm in the passenger seat and someone is driving and we're going somewhere and we're talking and they want to make eye contact with me. Look at the effing road.
Yes.
Do not, I don't need prolonged eye contact while you are driving.
I don't feel safe.
Nope. Listen, if you're in the car with me, it's 2 and 10, which I know is not a thing anymore, but that's what it is. For me, I'm looking ahead.
Stop looking at me.
I might do a quick glance, especially if you say something crazy, but
no, keep your eyes on the road.
But it's just like on the road.
Totally. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm there with you.
Can't handle it.
I agree. Okay. I have another one and then I will share some of the ones that my husband has with me. Just to be fair. So I shouldn't actually feel bad for doing this. Okay. Loud chewing / slurping. Now, every time I make a comment about this, I try not to, but there's sometimes where I don't make comments. I just give a look. And usually it is returned with a comment of, you're not eating, so you can't, like, it's too quiet in here. Like, there's, excuses. That's what I call that.
Yeah.
It is a beige flag. I'm like, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. I feel like he might not actually taste his food very often because he eats so fast. He just scarfs it down and it's just so loud. And I feel like it is a very beige flag for me.
Oh my gosh. A beige flag just popped in my head of slow eaters.
Oh.
And which is not a huge deal, but like, it's real hard. Like there's slow eaters and then there's slow eaters where like, we're at the restaurant, everybody's done, and you're only halfway through your entree, and you're flipping your fork around talking. I'm like, put it in your mouth.
Yeah, just focus.
Like, focus. You need to stop talking.
And
you need to eat the food, or you need to get the takeout box so we can all order dessert.
Yeah.
Because now it's awkward. Beige flag.
Okay, here's a couple beige flags that my husband has about me. And okay, here he says, all my phone calls are on speaker. That is a true statement.
That is a beige flag.
Listen, I don't want to be captive to my phone.
Yeah.
That takes a hand.
Yep.
It takes an ear.
Yep.
And when I have it on speaker, I don't need any of that. I can do other stuff.
Yeah.
I can carry on with what I'm doing. And I don't have that tether or that commitment that it takes. So there's my reasoning.
Yeah.
But he says it's a beige flag. And
Okay.
I'm like, why aren't you putting it on speaker? Like, I want to hear what the person's saying.
I'm going to tag on to this, a beige flag. It's a beige flag for me if you don't tell the person on the phone that they're on speaker with other people in the room.
Oh, I do that.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I was in a car ride once and it was so awkward because the person got a call. It's coming through the car and they didn't announce me that I'm in the car too.
And you're like,
I'm
like, what if they say something?
Yeah. So it's just like,
totally. No,
beige
I
flag.
usually do that. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Unless it's a call to like dental office or something.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Then who cares?
Okay. Sleeping with socks, no matter what. I mean, all seasons.
That's his beige
year
flag
round.
for you.
No, that's his beige flag.
For you.
For
Yeah.
me, yes. He's like, that's a beige flag. And I'm like, well, whatever.
You're like, I'm cold.
I don't care. Because I mean, again, I have reasons for this.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, you're just trying to stay warm.
I know, right? Okay, here's another one. Okay, so when I take a shower and I wash my hair, I shed, right?
Yeah.
And so when I'm rinsing my hair and the loose hair comes out, and I get it in my hand, I usually like stick it to the wall.
Yes.
Stick it to the wall so it doesn't like
go
clog
down
the drain.
Yes.
Okay. Occasionally, not very often, but occasionally I forget that it's still there. Because usually after my shower, I take it off and put it in the trash. But once in a while, I forget to do that if I'm in a rush or whatever. And if he finds that or sees that, he thinks it's the most disgusting thing in the whole world. And that is a beige flag for him. And I'm just like, whatever, dude.
But it's like so much better than having it go down the drain.
Yes.
The worst is when you forget about it and you're getting into the shower and you think it's a spider. You're like, oh my gosh. But it's like I'll take hair on the shower wall any day of the week than having to like go in and clear out a drain with hair.
Right.
No, thank you.
Or hair on a bar of soap.
Oh yeah. No, thank you.
Please no.
No.
No, thank you.
I remember years ago I was watching an Oprah episode and she was talking about, I can't remember if she was at someone's house or whatever, and they had a bar of soap and it had a hair on it. And I was just like, yeah.
It's nasty.
That's awful. And it was like in the guest bathroom.
No, cool.
For
That's
her.
not
And I was
cool.
like, no, always a fresh bar.
Really? Somebody did that to Oprah?
Yeah.
What?
I know.
Okay, this is the last one. And this is not just a beige flag for me. Okay. This is a beige flag in general because I don't really do this because I know that it's irritating to my husband. Mm-hmm. It's when people refer to children or kids as littles.
Oh my gosh, I freaking hate that. I got to get home to my littles. How are your littles doing? Sorry, I know there's moms and there's people out there that say that.
There's a ton of people that do that.
It's very like, it became, I don't know, I was just, I remember as all my friends were having kids, littles started coming up and they'd be like, oh, I got to see my littles. I'm like, your kids are like in middle school. They're not littles. Your kids are in upper elementary school. They're not littles. Also, it's just so creepy. Okay. Speaking of creepy, I have a beige flag where, you know how like sometimes there's just those moments like you're in the car driving with a friend and you're singing, or it's like a song comes on at a restaurant, maybe not at a restaurant, but you know, like there's a moment where people are collectively singing. Don't look me in the eye and stare at me. Like don't start serenading me.
Oh.
Like don't start, like there's been so many times I've been in a car ride with someone and we're like singing along, and usually I'm driving and they'll just look over at me from the passenger seat and they're just like, they're trying to make it into like a movie moment or like a musical moment, and they're looking at me and they're making facials, and I'm like, first of all, you've ruined the moment for me because now I don't want to sing anymore. Secondly, you've made it creepy because now it's just like we're not in High School Musical. Like we're not. I can't like, but I can tell you really want me to like keep going with this and act this song out, and like I'm not here for that.
Okay,
I was just trying to practice.
Noted.
You know. Anyway, so.
Do you have any more?
I have. Okay, this is the last one. Very, very, very specific to me. I am a person that likes to have little fidget toys on my desk.
Okay.
And I grab them, and then when people are talking to me, I touch them. It's not like I have a fidget spinner like, 2000 and like 18 style spinning. But I'll have like little squish toys or things like that. Don't touch them. Okay. Don't touch them.
Other people.
Yeah. Because it's like, I don't know where your hands have been. And my hands, I'm constantly hand sanitizing and washing at work.
So you feel like those are clean.
Those are clean because I'm the only one
touching them.
Yeah. And so now if you touch them, I have to sanitize them. And some of them are not easy to sanitize. So don't touch my fidget spinners.
Yeah.
Don't touch my fidget
not
toys.
For other people's fingers.
No. And some of them, they're very like...
Do people do that?
Yeah.
When they come into your office?
Not all the time, but sometimes I've left them in a place. I have them more back now. I used to not. And people would like, oh, this is cute. And I'm just like...
Please do not do that.
Don't ever touch my Rubik's Cube
again. And then
again.
you probably can't even hear anything that they're saying
not
after that.
Not one thing.
Because all you can think about is get that out of your hand. Now you have to sanitize it. What are you doing? Why would you think you could do that?
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. All you can think about.
It's all consuming.
I believe it.
Yeah. So anyway, I really like those beige flags. Now I'm wondering, I think it'd be interesting to like ask, because your husband shared some of what he thinks about you. But I think it'd be interesting to ask friends, like, what are my beige flags? I mean, I don't really want to know because then I might get my feelings hurt, but it would be fascinating.
What do you think your cats, did you come up with one? Besides like the snack thing?
I think that they would feel like my beige flag is like wanting to pick them up and hold them on my shoulder and walk them around like a little baby and give them snuggles when they clearly don't want that. That's probably my worst beige flag. Also, just like talking I talk in a baby voice to my cats.
Uh-huh.
I hate baby voices. Like,
and yet
when I was working with teens and stuff, and like guys would bring their girlfriends to like youth group, or girls would bring, and they'd start doing like the flirtatious, and they do baby voice kind of like, I can't handle it. I mean, I've had friends where I like basically couldn't be friends really with them anymore because they had such a pronounced like baby voice.
Yeah.
And I like,
and you can't even help it.
I hate it. And I get home and I'm like, oh my gosh, who needs a little snuggle? And I'm like, oh, I can hear it coming out of me.
You can't even stop.
And that's not even the real voice that I just use. It's 10 times worse than that. And I have specific sayings I say to each cat that are very different.
This is a beige flag.
This is all my beige flag. It
really is.
It is horrific. Horrific.
I would really like to hear it though.
Oh, I'll do a demo for you after this.
No, I mean like, well, yes, please. But also I would just like to be like right behind you, coming in, but you not know I'm there. So I can actually hear the real
one. You would be like, Beth, that is disgusting. And I would be like, I'm so sorry.
I'd be like, oh, you're so cute with your kitties.
And then you would be doing the baby voice. Oh my gosh. Oh, vicious cycle.
Hey, if you're enjoying this podcast and would like to support our show, you can share episodes with your friends and family, follow us on Instagram at the Geriatric Millennials, or leave us a positive review and rating, all which help us to grow. Our theme music was created by the Finley Ghost, so check out their latest album now. Thank you so much.